Hello, hello. Stephanie Zima here with My Way of Life Coaching. And today I want to tackle this beast of cold market, right? Understanding the cold market and its potential is absolutely vital to success, especially if you're somebody who does not want to sell to their friends and family, right? Or if you're somebody that doesn't have a lot of friends and family. I myself moved from Germany to the US. And when I decided to get into my business, I very quickly recruited all the people that I knew because they know, like, and trusted me. And so I got them all hooked on what I was doing. But then I was standing there with nothing. And I had to learn how to find people. I had to learn how to make things happen. I had to learn how to connect with people and how to not feel sleazy about it and how to overcome all my fears of talking to complete strangers when we've been constantly been taught stranger danger, stranger danger, stranger danger, and do not reach out to people and do not give any people any response. And it takes so much courage to get out in the cold market and basically make yourself vulnerable, make yourself open to connecting with people and taking and facing the rejection that might come with that. Okay, so if this is if this is sounding interesting to you, if it feels intimidating to talk to strangers for you, you want to listen to this video and make sure you save this, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you comment help below, and let me know what your experiences are. But let's say if you're new to me and you don't know who I am and what I'm talking about, I am Stephanie Zima. I'm an online transformation coach, I'm a transformation coach that helps online entrepreneurs to get off the emotional roller coaster onto a solid foundation of courage, clarity, and confidence to tackle business and life and relationships and all the things. Because you know what? If you can take action consistently through the ups and downs, you are going to make progress. Well, if most people are riding this roller coaster and then they're pausing in the valley, right? But that's where the problem is. When you're pausing in the valley, you will always take more energy to expand it, to get up, versus actually consistently being able to walk and make it happen. So this is the solid foundation from where you can build your dream business life, whatever it is you're building from, right? You have to be on a solid ground of courage, confidence, and clarity to be able to make that happen. Okay, now back to the cold market. So, cold market offers a significant opportunity for those that can actually tackle it. But so when you think about it, let's give you some stats, right? Approximately 60% of consumers start product research with a search engine, indicating the importance of visibility through digital marketing and SEO. Unfortunately, only 10 to 20% of online businesses succeed. See, this is where the problem is, right? 10 to 20% of online businesses succeed long term, with many failing within the first 120 days. Why? Because the key challenges include poor marketing strategies, first and foremost, ineffective SEOs, and failure to connect with the target audience. So if you have watched some of the videos that I've posted in the past, and so if not, go back, check out that playlist. I've been talking about how to brand yourself. I've been talking about who your audience should be. I've been talking about those kind of things. It's because when you apply this and when you learn this, you are addressing already that key problem of not having good marketing strategies or having a bad target audience. Okay, when you can have all this effort in the world, but if you are not talking to the right people, if you are not attracting the people that are authentic to you, if you are not being out there taking constant action, what happens is you just will fail. You will become one of those 10 to 20% of the online businesses that fail within the 120 days. Okay, But if that's okay, if that's you, that's okay. Don't even worry about it, because you only actually fail if you stop learning and growing. So just keep learning and growing and you will not fail. All right, so warm market, let's get it a little bit into this. Warm market are people that you know, your friends, your family, your colleagues, people that are aware that you exist and know a little bit more about you. Okay, those are the people that are in your warm market. People that follow you, interact with you online, that are constantly watching your stories. Those people are your warm market, and they're about, let's say, 100, 150, maybe 200 at a max. Always those kind of people that are in your life and that you are aware of. Now, the cold market, is people that do not even know that you exist. The cold market consists out of people who have absolute no prior knowledge of you or your business. These individuals may not ever have heard of your brand or you or your products or anything. And when you are looking online, right? Let's take a Facebook group of your favorite dog, for example. How many thousands and thousands and thousands of people are in that group? That is a cold market, for example. These people, they do not know that you exist. These people have no clue about you. That is a cold market. Okay. Now, think about your warm market, though, with the chances and the opportunities for you to sell your product. Your 150 people, let's say. Do you think that those 150 people, once you ask them to buy your product, and most of them probably said no because they don't want to buy from you, and that has multiple different reasons, by the way. Sometimes people don't want to buy from you just because they're too embarrassed to buy their gut health supplements from you, right? They are so embarrassed to tell you of what's really going on behind the closed doors in their bathrooms, in their homes, that they don't want you to do that with you. They don't want to tell you that they are struggling and that they're feeling like, CRIP, right? They don't want you to know, because then they lose face with you. It's a shame and guilt factor that has nothing to do with you, right? So that rejection that you are getting from them has nothing to do with you. They may just simply do not want to tell you, so they are better off talking to a stranger. So when we talk about the fact the cold market is scary, and the cold market is, oh, stranger danger, right? We don't want to talk to those people because we don't know them. Think about the possibilities that we could have of all these strangers that don't want to talk to their families, but that really would benefit from your product. If you can show yourself as an expert in the field that you are helping people with, you will then actually, and market yourself, you will then actually attract these people that are all not wanting to buy from their friends and family, but they may buy from you, right? So that's basically another spin that you can think about the cold market. Instead of thinking it's scary, you can actually think about how beneficial you would be to all these people who are struggling and suffocating themselves in these bad situations, that they would really be appreciative of a stranger reaching out to them so that they can tell you about all the things that it's been going on for them, right? But okay, so let's go a little bit about a few limiting beliefs that people have in the cold market and how we can reframe them. And I think this would be really beneficial to you. So, number one limiting belief would be cold leads are not interested in what I'm selling. That is what so many people keep having stuck in their head, and that's what keeping them from reaching out to people. They are assuming the rejection already before they're even trying. But I want you to think what I've just said before, right? These cold leads, they may really need your product, okay? And when you educate on your social media, when you are talking about this, or even if you are doing that in private messages, when you educate and present the value of your product, and you give them a choice to say, hey, this may or may not be for you. This may not be for you specifically, but I wanted to run this by you in case it was. Would you be open to learning about these non-toxic products? Would you be open to learning about gut health? Would you be open to learning about ways how to reset your metabolism, how to X, Y, and Z, whatever you put in the benefit that your product does with people, okay? All right. So think about it. That stranger may have prayed for you. Maybe literally they have so many gut issues and they just don't want to tell anybody, but they are more comfortable telling a stranger because that stranger doesn't know them and doesn't judge them. And there you have it, right? This is where cold market could become very beneficial, especially for all you who are interested in creating an impact in this world. Okay, limiting belief number two would be I am bothering people by reaching out to them. Your fear is what's keeping you from reaching out. Your fear of being pushy is what's keeping you from connecting with people. But maybe they are laying on the bathroom floor, praying for a solution, praying for extra money to be able to do something with their children this Christmas season, right? Or maybe they are so far in debt that they need an opportunity to make money online, okay? Because they can't afford the childcare. Let me tell you something. That was me, for example. I wanted to do something, but I had three children and I was calculating the cost. I'm like, the cost of a babysitter was way more than if I would have gone and taken a job. If I would have gone taken a job for 15, 16, $20 an hour, my babysitters wanted $25 an hour for my three kids. So why would I be working? Right? But an online job from my phone while I was being able to be with my kids, that was an answer to my problem at that time. So remember, when you're thinking you're bothering people, you may be the solution to that problem, right? So don't let your fear quit you from reaching out and doing that. Number three would be I'm not good at selling to strangers. Lack of confidence is the issue here, okay? You can always level up your skills in sales. You can, when you've done this work, okay, the work that I've been teaching all week already, like go back to all these videos, be an authentic self, being a good human, being stable in your mission, vision, and values. If you are solid in those, in this work, in that personal development work, if you're solid in that, you are going to be able to have the confidence to stand out and meet new people. See, if I sales is just that, you stand out and meet new people. And then, see, sometimes we get into our heads thinking, oh, we got to persuade them and we got to do all those things. That may be later down the line. For now, when you first start, it's not about that. It's just get out there and meet new people. Get out there, meet people, be who you are, and see if they match your vibe, if they are going to be your tribe. Because let's get real, you are not going to be able to do anything if you don't have connections, if you don't have network. See, we get ahead of ourselves thinking we need all these things, but what you really need is you need an audience. You need an audience of people that energetically match you. If they like you and they are there for you, then what's going to happen is they are going, even if they don't buy your product, they are going to then recommend you to other people. Now, think about it, right? You're supposed to do referral posts, you're supposed to be doing all these things to tap into like friends of friends. That's also various of cold market, right? Cold market can be your best friend's friends. That's called tap rooting, right? Too. Like your friend's friends could be another level of cold market. And that in network marketing, for example, social selling is what really matters. But you need to create friends first. And that is where your problem is. Your problem is you don't have friends. You have to make friends first. The problem is you cannot connect with those friends as friends because you don't have friends. Okay, so be the person that is courageous enough to lead yourself, then make friends. Okay, make real friends that are there to support you, not those friends that are just like, whatever, kind of secretly jealous of you. No, make true connected authentic friends, and then those friends will either buy from you because they like you, or they are going to recommend you to other people That's how network is going to work, right? So when you are out there in a cold market, you are actually connecting with people not to sell. You're connecting with people to see if they energetically match your vibe. And if they energetically match your vibe, that's when sales eventually will happen, because they will naturally happen. People will just want to give you money, right? People are just going to want to have what you have, or people are going to recommend you to those that they know need what you have. Okay, so remember, that's what it is. You need to have the order right. Don't get all freaked out about having to learn how to persuade people, how to do this. It's not sales is not a manipulation game. Sales is literally connect with people, talk to people, and see if that's it, right? Show up. That's sales, right? That's sales right there. What you need to know at this point. Um, Number four, I need to be an expert, right? That's your limiting belief. I need to be an expert or have an answer to succeed in the cold market. You don't need to be an expert. I'm sure your company has opportunity. I'm sure your company has an upline. I'm sure your company has a resource, something. You actually want to get yourself out of the way. You don't want to be the expert, because people necessarily don't believe you, especially when you're first starting out. They're like, well, yeah, I know you. You are like, you have not done it, right? You have not done it very long. You just started with this. So use them as an accountability partner. Say, hey, listen, I just started this out. I would love some more accountability partners, because I know myself, I'm not that consistent. So I need to have other people helping me with that. Is that you too? Connect on a like-minded basis, connection, and then do it together. Okay, you don't have to be an expert. You have an upline that is an expert, that has been done that longer enough. You maybe have, if you don't have a good valid upline, have a friend next to you, a sideline sisters could also act as the expert, that it's not you. So don't worry, if you have more questions on that or specific scenarios, send me a message, I'll help you. Okay, so cold market doesn't work for me or my business. Did you hear the stats? How many people are first taking a look and online to find solutions for their problems? Yes, cold market will definitely work for you. Okay, what doesn't work for you is your mindset that keeps you small, keeps you in fear, keeps you not reaching out, keeps you not connecting. It is a scarcity mindset, not wanting to get into the cold market. Okay, a scarcity mindset, when you are thinking, oh, cold market is not for me, it's because you're just secretly scared about the amount of people. You may be scared that there's too many people, that you cannot handle the amount of influx. That was one of the things that I had to overcome. For example, I was so overwhelmed with all the stuff that I did already, that I was like, oh my gosh, if people are going to continue to reach out to me, I'm going to be so stressed. It's going to be so much more. I cannot handle this. And what I had to retrain myself was, with systems, you can handle a lot more people. And then, you have to know that once you grow past an amount that you can handle yourself, you delegate. You start delegating. You start delegating to a VA. You're starting to delegate to other people. You are able to do this. And ideally, you are going to duplicate. So that means, as you grow, you are going to train others to do what you do. Okay. That's where you level up in your leadership as well. You train others to do what you do. So you get the small group started, and they get a small group started. And now you have a bigger group, and they start getting this stuff. And that's how it is. You are having good systems. When you have good systems in place and you have duplication lockdown, you are going to be able to handle it. And what you're not able to handle, you can outsource. So you will never be able to be overwhelmed, because there's systems. Okay, let me just give that to you. Okay, so final takeaway here. Final takeaway of this whole limiting belief stuff is that a cold market, once you have confidence, once you have clarity around your authenticity, your marketing, how you're going to do that, who you are wanting to talk to, because see, it feels overwhelming when you don't have that clear. Once you have it clear, you go into a group of people and you can immediately see who's going to match my vibe, who's going to want what I have, who here is someone that I want to get to know. You're going to know it immediately. And when you know it immediately, you are now having 10 people, whoop, down to 2. Okay. And now you're going to connect with those 2. And those 2 then eventually will become more again when you start to expand and scale. But in the beginning, that's how it is. So from 10 reach outs, you might end up with 2 conversations. And then you next day, you make 10 reach outs again, and you might have 2 connections. And now you have 4 connections. And from the 4 connections, maybe only 1 is going to take a look at what you want, right? Because the other 3 don't really, they're not, so now you only have 1. So you don't have to worry about so much that it's going to be too much until you start seeing what your patterns are going to be. You have to track your numbers, you have to track what your results are going to be to make actually a system happening that will then become predictable. See, so many of us are setting goals of, oh, I need 2-3 team members this month, but nobody knows what your activity goals should be. You need to know what your activity goal is going to be able to make that happen. You need to know how many reach outs do I need to make to get this many conversations, to get this many closing conversations. Okay. That's where it's at. It's like you just need to have the confidence to show up. You need to have clarity of exactly what your actions should be. And then you need to have the courage to actually do it. That's it, right? And all of that you can learn in my Walk It Free mentorship program, where we heal, connect, and level up. All of that is being trained in that mentorship program. And here's the thing, I'm going to walk this walk with you because I know the obstacles that are coming across. I know what's going to happen in between. Like, you're going to get started and your brain is going to get fuzzy, and you're going to, because it feels uncomfortable. Starting something new is going to be uncomfortable. Starting something new is going to be like, oh, is that really me? Sometimes you have to try on things before they fit, right? And then you wear them and you're just kind of like, oh, how does that feel? And then you realize, nah, it doesn't feel so great. I'm going to give you an example of a vision that I've had about my wedding. Okay, that's little to sum this up. I had a vision about my wedding that I wanted this big poofy princess dress with all these wonderful beads on it and shiny and glycerin, and that's what I had when I was a girl. I wanted to look like a princess with a big poofy princess dress. So when I then ended up getting married, I tried that dress on. I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is what I've always wanted, right? I tried this dress on and I was so disappointed. I hated it. I hated the dress. It was so heavy. I couldn't move. I just did not feel comfortable in it. And so I picked a different dress to get married in that was completely not anything that I wanted. It actually had some black on it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I would have never, ever, ever dreamt this dress, dreamt about this dress, or I would have never, ever tried it on if I would have not been pushed. My mother said, I want you to just try it on. Please just try it on and see what it does. And I loved the dress. I jumped in, I took it on. I mean, I put it on, and it fit like a glove. It was just so comfortable. It was exactly what I needed, and I thought the most beautiful bride ever, which everyone does. But anyway, that is what it is, and this is kind of like how it happens in your network marketing in the cold market too. Sometimes you dream up things that are not necessarily the way how they are. Sometimes you dream up things and you need to just try them on to see if they're really for you, and that is what's happening with your brand. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to talk a little bit about overcoming fears of the cold market and seeing its value. We're going to dive really into this this topic this week. So make sure you are commenting below, subscribe, comment help if you want my free online course. And share this with people. Share this out because I feel so many are scared of the cold market that this could really help so many people. And that is where I want to make an impact. Okay. Let me know how it helps you, what your takeaways are in the comments, and I'll talk to you all later.